All right, welcome back, everybody. The countdown to this year's Trek for Mandela has begun. Close to 30 climbers are expected to reach Africa's highest peak, Uhuru, on Mount Kilimanjaro, to raise funds for sanitary towels for needy girls. Last year ended in tragedy, though, as one of the climbers, racing driver Gugu Zulu, died while attempting to summit. But to tell us more, we're now joined by the founder of Trek for Mandela and Caring for Girls, and one of the nicest people I know, Richard Mabaso. Richard, it's so good to see you. Welcome to Morning Live.
A very good morning to you, Leanne, and a very good morning to your viewers. You always make me blush.
I'm glad.
But yes, it's good to be here.
And rightly so, because I mean every word of it. How are the preparations going for this year's climb?
The preparations have been going very well, and I think what has been challenging for us is that this year is going to be one of our toughest climbs on many fronts, simply because of what you mentioned in your intro, the fact that, you know, we lost one of our dear brothers, the late Gugu Zulu. But I think that being said, I was also very humbled by the way South Africans and non-South Africans, in fact, have responded to the call to action. We are having more than 27 people who are going to be climbing Kilimanjaro this year, once again for the girl child, to make sure that we keep young girls in school. So all in all, the preparations are going well, but yeah, it's just that mentally we have to be 10 times more stronger than we had to be in the previous years.
Yeah, I mean, I know we heard in an insert that Gillian Pillay, and if I'm not mistaken, is she climbing with you again this year, Gillian, our SABC reporter?
She is, Leanne, and you know, for me, again, it's people like Gillian who, after such a tragedy, who are saying, "I'm coming with you guys," and not because she wants to tick a bucket list, but she wants to make sure that the message continues to be shared across the continent, across the globe, to make sure that people understand that for as long as we live in a country whereby young girls cannot attend school simply because they do not have access to sanitary protection, it's simply not acceptable. Yeah. So it's people like Gillian and many other individuals who have committed to this, not only to the trek but to the program as a whole, to make sure that they share the message and also create the platform for people to participate, and also, putting themselves in the line to say, after a tragedy, we want to make sure that we still create hope, we still make sure that the message for the girl child to be kept in school continue to be spread across the continent and across the globe.
Yeah, indeed. So I asked you about Gillian because I know she did an interview with many of you and some of the climbers that are participating this year. She did an insert and just talking especially to Sibusiso Velani, who is the team leader, of course, and who took a very heavy blow on the passing of Gugu Zulu last year. Just in terms of how things are going to be run this year, differently to last year. I see it's a smaller group. You're all going to stay together. What are some of the other contingency plans that are in place for this year?
We have tried to put a number of plans, Leanne, as you would have heard on the insert that Sibusiso said, for example, he will make sure that it doesn't allow people to continue if they, show symptoms of maybe illness, any kind of symptoms. He will be watching that quite closely. But we've also requested the Tanzanian National Park Authority to assist us with the, part of the contingency plan is to make sure that we have a doctor on site with us. But, having a doctor comes in and we don't want people to understand this in a different context. Having a doctor is just to have someone who can check, regularly. And we had 3 doctors when we were with you guys, and we had a doctor last year. But at the end of the day, the importance of the climb is that each and every individual needs to be able to know when to stop and be able to judge or listen to their bodies. I remember you, one of our climbers in 2015, you in particular, was very concerned about, how you felt. And I mean, you and Mark actually saw me, and you kept asking me, how are you doing? And I told you it was really tough. So as tough as it may be, we just need to be able to get to a point whereby as an individual, I can be able to say, okay, maybe this year my summit will only come to this far.
Yeah.
So we then look at maybe making the climb be a long-term thing than just saying, I'm going there and I want to make sure that I summit dark or blue. So we want to make sure that people enjoy each and every part of the journey. And you will be my witness that it's not only about the summit, it's about the journey, it's about the friendship, it's about, from training, the people that you meet. And when you get to Tanzania, the experience, every step, every break stop, the jokes, every fun that happens along the journey. When it gets tough, there's a lot of things that we come back and share and laugh about it, and then we keep saying what happens on Kili stays on Kili. So we want to really bring that back and make sure that people enjoy this as part of the journey, not as only the summit being the end goal.
Yeah, Richard, we really are proud of you, and I echo every word that you've said, because that is exactly what it is like. There's two final questions, if you could answer them quite quickly, because I've just got to wrap the interview. How many sanitary towels have you raised during this campaign of yours through the years that you've done Trek for Mandela? And then the final one is Lesego climbing, Lesego Zulu? Will she be coming with this year, or has she decided, I'm going to stand down and watch it from afar?
We are very proud to say, Leanne, we have raised over 50 million pads since the year 2012 started, and we've distributed, we are around over 400,000 girls, and you know very well that our goal is 2 million girls by year 2020. And I'm very glad that, we get more and more companies. We will be going to the Eastern Cape very soon with a company called the Disa Picking Power to launch Caring for Girls in the Eastern Cape. So we are very grateful to South Africa, I mean the Discam campaigns and the likes. I can mention a lot more. But in terms of the climb for Lesego, she unfortunately has to get, go through the family. And I'm sure you would remember that the family has been through quite a lot. And I'm in regular contact with her, but we didn't want to put too much pressure on her to climb this year. We don't know what the answer will be yet, but we said she must, we know that a lot has happened even after the passing of her late husband, but we said we will give her the time and opportunity to talk to the family and see if they can give her the blessing to be able to do it again this year.
Yeah, a tough decision. I can only but imagine. I don't think this comes very easily, and it's a very emotional journey as well. Richard, my thoughts are with you. I will be touching base with you before you go, and thank you so much, as usual, for the amazing work that you're doing. Richard Mabaso, thank you so much. He is the founder of Trek for Mandela. It's that trip up to the top of Kilimanjaro just to raise funds and to get sanitary towels for young girls. So when you say that hashtag men are trash, not all men are trash. And this is he's living proof that really there are men out there that are doing absolutely amazing work. Richard, thank you. Let's take a break. See you after this.